Lamin Yamal and Désiré Doué, two of the most talked about names in European youth football right now, are more than just the brightest talents of their generation. They symbolize two completely opposing football philosophies. On one side, there's the refined, methodical approach of La Masia, Barcelona. On the other, the raw, instinctive style honed in the intense environment of Paris Saint-Germain. They are the flag bearers in a rivalry not only between Barcelona and PSG, but between two of Europe's football powerhouses, Spain and France. Much like the legendary Messi-Ronaldo duels before them, the rivalry between Yamal and Doué has taken on a life of its own. It's being told not just through their moments on the pitch, but through millions of videos, memes, and real-time social media commentary. This is the 2.0 version, a story unfolding live, witnessed in every single moment. The clash between Lamin Yamal and Désiré Doué exploded in the media over what seemed like a small but deeply symbolic detail: a pair of sunglasses. After PSG's commanding 5-0 victory over Inter Milan in the Champions League final, Doué appeared wearing sunglasses, strikingly similar to the ones Yamal often sports when celebrating a goal. What made this even more noteworthy was the timing. Doué had just overtaken Yamal to claim the Young Player of the Season award, a title Yamal was a heavy favorite for. This coincidence ignited a firestorm of debate online. PSG and Doué stayed silent, but the fans were split. Barcelona supporters saw it as a deliberate trolling move, a way to mock and challenge their young star. Meanwhile, PSG fans took it as a confident statement, a Parisian way of pushing back against the media's favoritism toward Yamal. The media in both countries jumped in, turning the sunglasses into a symbol marking the start of a rivalry that goes beyond two individuals. It's a clash between two footballing cultures and player development philosophies. In an age where every small gesture is scrutinized, it's no surprise that a pair of sunglasses could spark such a heated media battle. Looking purely at the numbers, Lamin Yamal clearly has the edge for the 2024-25 season. With 55 appearances for Barcelona, 18 goals and 25 assists, he ranks among Europe's top young stars. Désiré Doué, in his debut season with PSG, has contributed roughly 15 goals and 16 assists across all competitions. But the difference isn't just in stats. Doué doesn't need to outperform Yamal in every category to be seen as a true rival. What sets him apart is his mental strength and ability to show up at the right moments, qualities not every young talent possesses early on. Doué's first half of the season was quiet, just 2 goals and 4 assists, mostly from the bench, and he wasn't highly rated. But after the 2025 winter break, he exploded with 25 direct goal contributions, securing a starting spot despite fierce competition from stars like Kvaratskhelia and Bradley Barcola. And he didn't stop there. He became the decisive player in the biggest matches, scoring twice in the Champions League final, helping PSG hammer Inter Milan 5-0, successfully converting the winning penalty that knocked Liverpool out at Anfield, netting the sole goal to clinch the League One title against Angers. These moments transcend mere numbers. They prove Doué's clutch mentality and battlefield savvy. In terms of efficiency, Doué actually edges out Yamal in goals per 90 minutes. Although their appearances are similar, 54 for Doué versus 55 for Yamal, Doué's playing time is significantly less, about 3,019 minutes compared to Yamal's 4,530, highlighting how effective he is in limited minutes. Yamal boasts an impressive 3 goals and 2 assists in 4 El Clasico matches, while Doué responds with 2 goals, 1 assist, and the Young Player of the Champions League award. On the international stage, Yamal was a key factor in Spain's Euro 2024 triumph, contributing directly to 5 goals. Meanwhile, Doué made an impressive debut for France, scoring in the penalty shootout during the Nations League quarter-final against Croatia. In many ways, Doué resembles Cristiano Ronaldo during his Manchester United days. Not necessarily the best at everything all the time, but the most persistent, toughest competitor, always choosing the perfect moments to shine brilliantly. So yes, individual achievements differ, But the race between Yamal and Doué has never demanded they be equals in every way. They compete not to replace one another, but to push each other to new heights. Lamin Yamal, the teenage prodigy often hailed as a footballing wonder of the world, has experts asking one question: is there anyone out there who can truly push him to raise his game even higher? At just 17 years old, Yamal has already hit the milestone of 100 professional appearances, ranked among the top 8 in the 2024 Ballon d'Or, claimed the domestic treble with Barcelona, and become a key figure for Spain's national team. What's most astonishing? He almost has no peer his age who can match his level. Other young talents like Arda Güler, Endrick, Moukoko, or Garnacho are promising but haven't yet combined the right position, timing, and influence to pose a real challenge to Yamal. And it's precisely this lack of a close rival that has somewhat slowed his evolution. Enter Désiré Doué, a player with a completely different style and personality who answers that question. At 19, Doué not only scored a brace and provided an assist in the Champions League final, but became the youngest player ever to contribute 3 goal involvements in a single final, breaking a record once held by Kylian Mbappé. Doué may not dominate in sheer numbers, but his brilliance comes at the perfect moment and place, delivering a massive boost for PSG. While Yamal impresses with finesse and intelligence, Doué shines with grit and strength in the highest pressure games. Lamin Yamal and Désiré Doué are not just outstanding individuals. They embody 2 opposing footballing philosophies. Yamal is the perfect product of La Masia, a development system grounded in possession-based football, tactical discipline, and tradition. He plays with intelligence, skill, and a disciplined mindset. Doué represents the street footballer, forged through challenge, rebellious yet instinctive. Once criticized for his attitude at Rennes, Doué has matured at PSG, showcasing creative freedom and explosive moments inspired by Neymar. They come from opposite worlds but now share the same grand stage: Champions League, Nations League, major tournaments, and packed stadiums. Their very existence drives each other's growth, a relationship both competitive and complementary, much like Messi and Ronaldo before them. At the national team level, their rivalry becomes even clearer. Spain is naturally reviving the tiki-taka philosophy, a fluid style based on technical mastery and collective control from the back. Meanwhile, France stands as Europe's dominant force, built on physicality, tactical flexibility, and lethal counterattacks. Whenever Spain and France clash, it's more than just a match. It's a test between 2 footballing development models. Spain relies on early technical training and team coordination. France focuses on individual strength, centralized training, and peak physical conditioning. In this context, Yamal and Doué perfectly symbolize the contrasting but mutually reinforcing philosophies. Lamin Yamal is the archetype of the system player. He relies more on his brain than brawn, shaped by a traditional, disciplined, and tactical football culture. Désiré Doué is the system breaker, powerful, mobile, ready to collide, fearless in experimenting and challenging boundaries. Their rivalry is not just personal, it's a collision of national football cultures and developmental philosophies, opposing yet complementary, aiming for greatness over the next decade. Lamin Yamal and Désiré Doué are being compared as the 2.0 version of Messi and Ronaldo. Despite their youth, the media and social networks scrutinize their every move as if they were top-tier superstars. But are we placing unnecessary pressure on them, just like in the past? Yamal, a La Masia graduate, represents discipline and perfection within a system. Doué, who grew up at Rennes and now shines at PSG, symbolizes personality, instinct, and rebellion. Much like a young Ronaldo, their battle goes beyond football. It's a story about identity, attitude, and how each is crafting their own legend in the digital age, where every moment is recorded and analyzed. Though hugely talented and with impressive starts, both still have a long road ahead to reach the legendary status of Messi and Ronaldo, who maintained their peak for over a decade. They are not copies, but unique, contrasting yet complementary individuals pushing football's boundaries together. And the most beautiful part, they've only just begun.